guys, how's it going? I'm DK.
I'm Rizzo.
And I'm Zero, and today in Anime Reaction, watch the 12th
and final
episode of Madoka Magica.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 12th and final episode of Madoka Magica, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section of this video. Don't try to do it on the other videos. But, yeah, leave a comment down below. We love hearing from you.
Try not to sound too happy about it. And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos. And thanks for watching.
So, on the final episode of Madoka Magica,
Oh my god.
they did a pretty decent job of wrapping it up until that last scene.
All the sense was made at first, and then it was unmade with that one scene, just like that.
Yeah.
Just, oh my god.
So basically, Madoka decides to become a magical girl, finally.
Right.
Except her wish is to
Erase witches from the universe.
right when they're made.
Yeah.
So, and that also includes like over all time.
Yeah, basically the concept of the witch is erased from the universe.
Yeah.
Jumbo-sized wish, yeah.
Yeah.
However, the concept of a magical girl is not.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, that kind of puts... According to what Cubase said, that wish fundamentally disturbs the reality that they live in.
Yeah.
So
He says it's
She
more...
created a new universe, basically.
Yeah.
Like she destroyed the old universe and created a whole new one.
with that
And
rule
now
in
she
it.
is God.
Simply from all the hope and despair generated because of that one wish. It was that massive. Enough to create and destroy an entire universe.
Yeah, so it shows her like she shoots the arrow towards the Walpurgis Knight, and then it splits apart, and it shows her arrows going to all the magical girls through all time that that their soul gems were
corrupted.
Yeah. About to break.
Saturated. I think is the word I want to use. They were saturated with the despair or the darkness, and they were about to break. And she went and purified all of them, and then broke all of them. So technically, all those magical girls still died, but
But they didn't turn into witches.
they didn't turn into witches. So now, as far as the main group of magical girls from here go, Sayaka still ended up dying because I was thinking about that a little bit through the episode, and then just now, she probably ended up doing that because it still didn't remove the problems that she was having with with accepting her own new existence. So she still would have overdone it and
Right.
basically got herself turned into a witch. So that explains why she still died. But because everybody else, the other magical girls in our group, they wouldn't have died. Basically like Kyoko died from Sayaka's witch.
And
Mommy died from a witch directly, so that explains why they were still alive in this universe.
now, the other interesting thing, they're now they're now fighting magical beasts instead of witches.
Yeah.
Because, Madoka got rid of all the witches. You still can't get rid of the despair caused by humanity or other sentient beings in the universe in general.
Yeah.
So, now we got these Tibetan monk / hollow from Bleach knockoffs.
Yeah.
Rather interesting.
Oh man, what were those called? Were they? I think it started with a G. It was something Spanish though. Going with the old.
It was like.
But the really big hollows from Bleach, it kind of reminded me, of those mixed with Buddhist priests.
It was like grande something.
Minos.
I thought it was
Minos Grande. That's what I was-
Grande.
Yeah.
Menos Grande.
Wow, you know how many years it's been since we watched Bleach?
We were still in high school, I think, the last time we almost watched Bleach. Maybe.
Maybe a little bit after, but it's been a long while. I'm surprised that I still remembered that.
That's it. Who feels old?
Yeah, it's been some time. But yeah, so my only question is, do they purify their soul gems with whatever they get from killing these beasts now? Which I think is what it was showing, because Homura had her soul gem out and had it surrounded by a bunch of these little squares.
These little cubes she kept feeding Cube.
Yeah.
So they have to have some
I think
method.
that's what it was that you probably have to kill a whole lot more of them to get rid of the
darkness, despair,
darkness,
or whatever.
Yeah, the corruption or whatever it is. I think you have to have a whole lot more of them, but it still will. Because if that's not the case, then basically Madoka's wish shortened the lives of like every magical girl ever. Because if they're using their powers at all, they're getting some corruption in their soul gem.
Yeah, but since they can't
If they can't purify it
at a faster
yeah,
rate, then yeah.
I mean, the ones that were shown in this series, they'd be done within a week.
Knowing this series, though, I would not be surprised if that's the route they ultimately go down.
Well,
Depressing. But
I think the grief seed worked as kind of like a despair magnet. So when you put the soul gem next to the grief seed, it just sucked the despair out of the soul gem, even though the grief seed was still a despair-ridden vessel. But it's a black hole of sorts of despair, and I think that's going to continue on with these little cubes that they find with the magical beasts. They probably don't hold as much. So you still have to.
That's why we saw Homura with probably 15, 20 of them.
yeah.
But you also see that there's a shitload of these magical creatures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I for the most part don't have a problem with the way that it ended, except for that last scene.
The very last scene where we see Homura walking through a wasteland of some sorts, approaching the magical beasts, kind of as usual. But then the scene before, when she was after she explained the soul purification with Cube, or Cube explained it to her how it works now, whatever. She had wings flap out, and they were pure kind of, they were bright, sort of like pinkish, off-white, just pure radiant, a magical girl look.
It wasn't necessarily the wings. It was when she went to go fire that bow, and the that rose plume that we saw Madoka use when she used her bow. She had that same pink flare, but
this look got totally warped in this stinger. It looks like a part of the witch's world is attached to her back now.
Yeah, pretty much. It did look very witchy. And then we get a little snippet with Madoka coming over her shoulder and whispering in her ear.
So,
and then the whole screen gets filled with whatever power was coming out of her back. So,
but it looked like
I assume this is setting up some whatever in the movies.
It looked like she was using all that power to her advantage, though.
Yeah, but obviously that raises a lot more questions, and just when we had them answered too, bastards.
They were setting up for movies. This is what they were doing.
Movies, OVAs, season 2. Obviously, there's not a season 2, but
There's not going to be a season 2.
Wouldn't need one, I don't think.
Honestly, if they made a second season, it would be a detriment to what they've presented here.
Agreed.
So,
But I'm just saying, they set it up for more.
yeah.
The adventure continues, or at least the speculation begins.
Yeah.
And here's one I've been thinking about. Do witches come back?
No. Unless there's some way that Madoka's wish is negated
Right.
or something like that, I don't think there's a way for witches to come back.
And because it was revealed that Homura is like the only person who remembers anything about the old universe.
Person, nothing. The only entity in the universe. Not even the incubators now.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it's not like the incubators have an inkling, a thought of witches. So it's not like they can go up to a new magical girl candidate and be like, oh yeah, you probably want to think about these witches. No, it's not like they can scheme that way.
yeah, pretty much.
If not that, then where does the power come from? But hopefully the movies and OVAs and all that answers.
Probably.
Does what come from?
The whole
whole-
Homura power thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Homer's new dark power.
It was strange.
It was cool, but it was really strange.
Anyway,
I know.
so I think we're going to wrap up this discussion of the final episode here. So let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to wrap it up for this series on Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.